Hi, I'm CeCee Torres with IdeateTV here at Wondercon 2024, and I'm with director Azfar Jaffery. Yes. Tell us about your film.
Well, my film's Umro Ayyar. It's a Pakistani film. It's based on a character which was first introduced in the 16th century, I suppose, I think. And it was commissioned by, the book was commissioned by the emperor, Mughal Emperor Akbar, back in those days. The book became very popular in the subcontinent, and this time, you know, a lot of people just don't know about this character. The tales of this character especially, they're so fantastical. And we thought that we need to bring this forward in front of our youth. We need to share it with our, you know, young adult audiences who are like, you know, who are in love with the Marvel and DC films these days. But honestly, there's so much stories that we have in our, coming from our region that needs to be told to the world. So Umro Ayyar is the very first of the films that we are working on at VR Chile production in Pakistan. And we're also developing a comic book around it. So hopefully you'll get to see the comic soon, pretty soon as well.
That's excellent. Can you tell me, how did you get started with the project of Umro Ayyar?
Well, I was approached by the producer, Huma. She contacted me, and when she asked me if we could do a film around Umro Ayyar, you know, I thought at first that it's going to be easy for me to do it because I grew up reading these booklets of this character. But you know, to be fair, it won't be fair for the audience if they, you know, to the audience if I show them a film without giving an origin story. He has a lot of powers, and a lot of people these days, you know, they want to know how this character got his powers and all. So the original book that I just mentioned back in from the 16th century has that information. And unfortunately, there was so much, it was so complex, that information, that it won't be enough for a feature-length film. So what I decided was that I'm going to make a contemporary film at the moment, connect with our younger audiences, give them you know, a glimpse of what this verse could be like, and then slowly take them towards the actual story of Umro Ayyar. So this actually is a modern take. It's a contemporary take on this character. It's like, you can maybe in other ways, he's the heir to the original character, Umro Ayyar. You can also call it some sort of reincarnation maybe. But yeah, like that's about it.
Reincarnation. Tell me, tell me a little bit more about the character.
Well, the character Umro Ayyar is basically, you know, he's cunning, he's witty, he has this powers of teleporting, he has this satchel embedded into his attire in which he can hold anything that he wants. You might have heard of these things from Harry Potter, even if you remember Hermione had this tote bag in which she can put anything in there and, you know, pull out anytime. That is actually coming from this book and this was in the 16th century as well. So he has that. He also has a net in which he can carry anything and it becomes weightless. Moreover, he can run very fast. He can teleport to different places. Now, all of this is obviously really ancient, and they don't connect it with science. Luckily for us, in this time of, you know, in this modern times, for our younger audiences, in this film, I've connected all of this with science. So my character is actually able to, you know, absorb objects. He can convert it energy into matter into energy form, and then absorbs. He stores it inside of him. So, you know, so that it's easier for me to connect with our younger audiences. In this.
Modernized it a little bit, sounds like.
We have modernized this character, but again, we will eventually gradually take our audiences back to the original one, which is like really fantastical, because he used to travel to these magical lands. They were called the land of Hoshuba. You know, it's like the Talisme Hoshuba, which is like, in Urdu it's Talisme Hoshuba, but it means as the land of the magical lands, basically. And it was called Kohe Kaf. That's where he used to traverse to and fight evil, and, you know, but the funny thing is, he was an anti-hero in the original book. He was not he was very much like, you know, Deadpool maybe. He's really funny, he's really witty, he's really cunning. He was like, even at sometimes he was a thief, but he was all, you know, a good guy at heart. And
sounds like a very interesting character, like a lot to him, a lot of facets to him.
Yes, he does. It's a very interesting lore, and we have so many more that we are planning to work on at VR Chile Production, and definitely will be releasing that soon to the world as well.
Excellent. Well, good luck with that. What has the process been so far, bringing, you said it's like a 16th century comic book, bringing that to life. What has that been like?
Well, it has been a real challenge because the fantastical worlds and the magical things that you have to show, you need a lot of visual effects to show that to the world. So luckily we had a really creative team of our own in Pakistan back home. They're like a bunch of creatives who spent like 2 years just creating this world for me. I had envisioned the world, but then they were the ones who brought it to life. They're from Jubilant Studios. They're the ones who really gave us the visuals, which I'm sure when you get to see the teaser and the trailer, which we are releasing, by the way, on 31st March here at Wondercon 2024, we'll be releasing the trailer for the world to see, and I'm sure you're gonna love the VFX and the story as well. But it does take a lot of time and to just adapt from a classic book and then convert it into a modern piece of film art form for the younger audiences. It took us like at least 4 years to just bring it to life.
Sounds like it's been a labor of love. But you touched upon it earlier, how you wanted to bring this to Pakistani audience and also to a wider audience, so they could have something to relate to a character from their own origin.
Yeah, there's so much content out there, like from the other regions, and so we have a lot of competition. But again, surprisingly, nobody has ever brought these characters up ever in form of comics or even in form of films, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring that Persian belt, that has a lot of lore that Pakistan has kind of inherited, and we want to showcase that to the world in form of these films.
Yeah, that's a great cause, and it sounds like you're off to a really good start with it. And you mentioned you had a great team working with you. Do you want to shout out some of the team members?
Yeah, we were I was really lucky to, as soon as we announced it to the world, a lot of people contacted us, and we also approached a lot of people that we wanted them to be part of our film, like especially Farhan Tahir. I contacted him. He he played an antagonist in Iron Man, the first Iron Man. So Farhan Tahir said yes, because he also grew up reading these books of Umro Ayyar, because we know about this character. Ali Kazmi, who's also joining us in the panel, was also, I had him at Hello. And then Usman, who's actually playing this character, he's done such an amazing, he was born to play this role, he's naturally Umro Ayyar in real life in these times. And Sanam Saeed also, the entire cast, they were really supportive, and they really believed in this project. We usually do not make such films in Pakistan, honestly. This is the first time ever that we've done something like this, and we're really proud to bring it at this, Wondercon at such a big scale. And moreover, the production team, Huma, the producer, she's been really supporting. She's the one, actually, I wish she was here for you to talk to. She will be joining us tonight, by the way. You can definitely interview her. Because she has a lot of stories about how difficult it was for her to manage this entire, pulling this entire crew to come to Pakistan. Especially, we have international resources working with us. Like, we had Ricky Butland as the cinematographer. He was from England. We had Ian Van Temperley as a stunt coordinator. He was coming from England. We had Paolo Di Maio from Italy. He was our production designer. He made the entire set. And moreover, we had a lot of local teams, obviously, who work day and night. We spent almost 2 months on production. Back in the COVID days, actually, it was like the very tough time for us, because as soon as we started production, COVID hit, and we just, luckily, without any issues, without any COVID cases, we just went through and safely came out on top.
So you're able to wrap it. It's all wrapped up. When will it be released?
Yeah, it's all wrapped up. We're just working on the marketing now, and the film is set to release in June. Yeah.
How can people watch it?
Well, we are first going to target the theaters, obviously. Then let's hope that it's going to come to OTT platforms as well pretty soon, hopefully on Netflix. But I don't know exactly which date right now. We're just focusing on the theatrical release at the moment, which will be in June. Yeah.
So it's tentative, and if you can watch it in theaters, go out and catch the movie. And you have a bunch of merch here. Love it. You have your table set up. Is this all relating to the character?
Yeah. Just remember this logo. This is gonna be huge.
And you want to ask people, let them know, come out and support, please, because it's been a labor of love, and it's a wonderful story that you seem to be putting out there.
Yeah, I mean, give it a chance. This is a different, culture that you will get to see. It's different than what you're used to seeing from other comic book heroes like, Marvel and DC. It's also different from Bollywood as well, because they've also come up with a lot of interesting verses that they've worked on. I really love their content as well. But this is really different. This is like going to be an entirely different flavor for all our audiences. So if they watch it, I know for a fact, because we've done some, we've done some private screenings with some selected people, random people, and for feedback, and they were like really inspired as well as amazed by what we could we pulled off with this film. So definitely, I'm sure if they give it a chance, they're gonna love it.
Do you have a website people can go to watch the trailer or find out more?
Yes, we do have the Umro Ayyar. You can check this for the spelling. It's like THE, the UMROAYYAR.com. You can go visit there, and you can also search for Umro Ayyar on the YouTube. We have a teaser which is already released. It's out there, and the trailer will be releasing on 31st. So we will put it up on social media as well. So yeah, marketing has just begun. Let's see how it goes.
Good luck and congratulations on getting it done. Anything else you want to add?
Well, anything I should act?
Good question. Question for me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. For IdeateTV, I'm CeCee Torres here at Wondercon 2024 with director Azfar Jaffery.